Okay, I think we're live. Let me just double check on that. Sorry, kids. Yeah, I think we are. Hold on a minute. I'm a little bit slow at 2 o'clock in the morning. Right, we are live. Hi guys. Sorry about the delay. Who we got in here? We got a lot of people came in early, so it's good. I don't know if TCTF you've got chat up in front of you. Woohoo! Okay, who we got? Lisa Goodman, Aftershock, Carol Carpenter, hello, Shine On, hello, Gingerlux, I can't say your whole name, Ginge. Hi guys, yeah, Jamie, hi. Right, we're here. Oh, you have to excuse me, I got a squeaky chair and a broken headset. Hi everybody, hope everyone is well. We are here with True Crime Truth Finders, who's come in to help me with this case that I've been following since probably about a week after Lauren went missing. There was only a couple of reports in the news, and I just found that really strange. And Dateline has just picked this up recently, but that's like 3 months too late, really. I'll call you Ginger Locks Mum. So, TCTF is kindly coming in and helping me. Hello. So, what are you up to? What's going on? What have you been doing? Oh, I know it's hard, and then yeah, we're just kind of just fit it in where we fit it in. Hey, and you'll just have to bear with me because my brain's kind of not working. But I am here. I got here. If I fall asleep, just take over the show. Alright, so it would have been a good idea if I had brought up my links and everything, but that's okay. So what I was going to do for everyone is here is just give you a quick update on... And now my messages have gone away. Great. Hang on. Where am I? I send stuff to myself all the time, and I'm like, Yep. Okay, so the update, or for anyone who doesn't know this case, Lauren went missing on January 10th, 2:24 in the afternoon, and that was a Thursday afternoon. So she rang her mother first. Some of this stuff isn't in the paper, but anyway, this is how the story goes because I've been talking to a lot of people. So she rang her mum first. Tori is her mother and hasn't responded to me, even though she's liked one of my messages. I think she's kind of a bit scared to find out, you know, if something's happened to Lauren. So she's kind of, you know, putting her head in the sand, so to speak. As a parent, we can understand that. That's not something that you want to think, you know, could happen to your child, no matter if they're 2 or 22. It doesn't, you know, so... No, so... Yeah, and so to find out that her bank accounts and her cell phone have not been touched is not a good indication of anything. So the 911 call went for about 23 minutes, and then Lauren's phone ran out of battery. Now, to my knowledge, they haven't found the phone, but they were able to ping it and triangulate it to a farm to market road. So it was this heavily wooded area. and she thought someone was chasing her. Now, the information that came out last week was that we didn't, and even I didn't know, is that she was with someone and that they said that they were fishing. And then she said she got paranoid and, you know, was sure someone was chasing her. And he said, I think it's a he, said she ran off into the woods. Now, I don't know who this person is that she was with. And I'm trying to find that out. I did ring the Penola County Sheriff's Office. Sheriff Lake is had just left, and the other lead investigator on this case was out of the office too. So if I'm awake later, I'm going to try and call back. Turn up TCF. TC. Sorry. How do I turn you up? Hang on. Join audio. Computer audio connected. Leave computer audio. No. Is this phone call or computer audio? Don't tell me we're going to have audio problems again. Okay. What about share computer sound? Oh, hang on. Well, I'll share that if we start anything. Sorry, Megan's birdie. Yeah, they can't hear you. I don't know why that is. Do you think maybe you need to, what happened last time? You called in, didn't you? Oh, okay. Sorry, guys. We fixed this audio up, and, just let me check the right screen properties here. Oh, it's on speakers. That's really strange. Okay, can you guys hear TCTF? Just checking, see if you guys can hear. I have to remember there is a little bit of a delay too. Okay, desktop audio is on. Wait a minute, what if I do display capture? Because I took, oh, maybe it's because I took this out. Hang on. Oh no, that's already on. Yep. Yeah, I'm not seeing that under audio. hear it in the distance. Hang on.
Advanced audio
I was
properties.
just applying desktop audio device 2 as speakers as well, so I don't know if that's working or not.
Dang it, I don't know anything about any of this stuff. Yeah, they say they just hear me in the background.
Now
it's very faint.
It's just ridiculous that for the audio clips weren't working last time.
Oh wait, Jamie says we're good.
Really? Ah.
Yeah, Jamie and Megan's birdie sounds
Hey, look,
like we're good.
I accidentally fixed it. I just went into the OBS settings and put the auxiliary number 2 on speakers as well as me.
Awesome. Okay, we're good then.
How good am I? That's freaking awesome. All right, back to it. Sorry, guys.
Awesome. I have to let my dog out, but I am on the phone so I can walk around. Or I have to let my dog in. So we're good.
Okay.
I just have to walk away from my computer for a second.
Cool. Right. Okay, well...
I did confirm that's the same person, by the way, though. While you were figuring that out, what you wanted me to confirm, that's the same person.
Okay, all right. Well,
So I'm looking more into that.
I'm pretty sure that, I mean, if that's a public record, then we can air that, can't we? It's a public record.
Yeah. Absolutely. Come on.
I'm having a celebratory cigarette for fixing that and for you finding that information. That's awesome. Okay, guys, this is going to get interesting. Now, I'm just going to go back a little. Hang on. Right, so, yeah, the phone call went for about 23 minutes. Her phone went flat. She said she was being chased. Sounded like she was running. And phone pings, they found her car abandoned, farm road, just out in this wooded area near the Rock Hill community. So this is the piece that came out last week that we didn't know back in January, was that one person, Sheriff Lake said, although authorities are not ruling anybody out, they have no information that leads them to believe the people Lauren were with had anything to do with her disappearance. So they did do a search. They didn't find anything. The creek there is still up. I'm just been checking in to see how the level is going, but apparently it's been too high to search. This information...
We're buffering.
Sorry?
Oh, nope, I think we were buffering, but I think we're good.
Oh, okay, sorry, I wasn't on the chat, so...
You're good, I think we're good.
Okay, cool. So, in this article there was mention of that they found a shoe. I had already known that information about a couple of months ago. I got told that information, and it is confirmed that it has come back that it did belong to Lauren. That's the only evidence that they found. They searched approximately 2,000 acres of heavily wooded terrain, open fields, but as I said, unless she's in the river and the water has risen too high, I feel like she was taken from the area. I don't think she would have been in it. But Sheriff...
I did read...
Yeah?
I did read in that last article that they said that there are still some areas that are covered in water that they haven't been able to get to. So maybe that is... But that would be the only way, I think. I agree with you. I think she would be gone unless she's in one of those areas.
Yeah, unless that was happening. So, so everyone's, you know, talking about this whole thing that she was, you know, paranoid, disorientated, all the rest of it. But guys, as far back as about Halloween last year and around December, she was saying to one of my sources that she felt like she was being followed. So this is not a new thing. She felt this way even, you know, at the end of last year as well. So it's the 17th today here. It's not quite there, but today's Lauren's 33rd birthday. And that's why we wanted to do our update here now, try and get some more information, try and get more out to you guys as well. Because Lauren does have 3 children, and they're with Tori at the moment in Fort Worth. So the family's only recently offered a $5,000 reward for information leading to her safe return. But like I said, I still haven't been able to talk to Tori at all. I haven't ruled out starting a GoFundMe up to get a private investigator to look into this, but we'll just see how we go. Yeah, it is really sad, Lisa. Okay, so
That's awful, and it might be really hard for her right now because of her birthday, and she knew her birthday was approaching and stuff. So I feel so bad for them.
I know it's horrible. It's really, really, really horrible. And so Lauren has 3 children. Don't worry about the first. So 1 to 3 different guys. So don't worry about the first 2. Just forget about them. Then I think the third child is a girl that she had with a guy named Chase Reader. Now I've spoken to Chase. I've been able to confirm, you know, a few things along with double, triple confirming with other friends and things like that, of things that had happened. So now I just really hope the audio is going to work this time. But I've just got some information to give you here. It'll just give you a little bit of an idea of Lauren's life, you know, kind of the last 6 months before she went missing and things like that. So she'd broken up with Chase, so she got 1 daughter with him. This new boyfriend, this on-off again boyfriend, his name is John Bandy, and they lived together in Carthage. He, from the reports I have, allegedly wanted her to move to Carthage. So this is just some information to kind of get you up to speed on what her home life was like.
It seemed okay whenever it first began.
They always do, don't they? On their best behaviour?
Yeah, always.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And then after a few months, you know, she would come over and visit with the kids would play together, and then the thing I would notice bruises on her arms, and she would explain it away, and I finally pulled her aside and said, look, you know, I've been around the block.
Yeah.
I can tell what fingerprints look like.
Yeah.
You haven't had black eyes. I'm like, you didn't have that yesterday. You haven't left the house in 3 days.
Yeah. So he was the only one in the house. Yeah. You don't need a science degree or a medical degree, do you?
Look, I'm not telling anybody, and that's when we really started getting close. I said, look, I'm not going to tell anybody. Your business is sacrosanct as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
You can come talk to me about anything.
Yeah.
I am not going to air your dirty laundry.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say anything to John. I'm not going to meddle in your relationship unless you ask me to, or unless I see him doing something to you or the kid that will make me, have to intervene.
Yeah.
I said, but I will blow a motherfuckers. And I told him this is all one motherfuckers get all of us that you do it. He seemed okay when.
Were you guys able to hear that okay? We had trouble last time being able to get that audio to work. Just checking. Just want to make sure that you guys heard it alright. I know it's not a great audio, but at least was it playing? Great, thank you, Megan. Okay, so this is more information about John Bandy. So this is the last boyfriend that she had. She actually thought it probably was John, maybe, that was following her. Not in the woods. I don't know that was said or anything like that, but she kind of felt like it was him around Christmas time and that, because they did have an on-again, off-again relationship. So this is just a little bit more about him.
Than John Bandy.
Yeah, that she lived with next door. John was the one that she lived with next door. And we all kind of suspected John because I don't know if anybody else suspected John.
I can tell you I am.
We saw John's temper when he drank, did drugs, was horrible. She would come over here with black eyes.
Holy dooly.
And I can't think of anybody, and I cannot think, and I don't know of anybody else that would want to hurt her here in Carthage. She just didn't know enough people. She kept to herself. Pot's illegal around here, but nobody's going to kill anybody over pot.
No.
She was not touching. She hated methamphetamine because that's what John was.
I noticed that he's engaged to a woman named Rose Bishop.
Oh, God.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. She's... Let me make sure that... Let me look at this real quick. I think if this is the person I think it is.
Oh, she's a blonde with shoulder-length hair, laid a bob. Pretty.
The name sounds really familiar. Yeah, that's her.
You know her?
She's a lot younger. He is 48. I know he had been in prison. I know for a fact that because he used to come over here looking for all kinds of, looking for whenever he'd mess up and, hit her or get messed up, he would come over here and talk to my husband and try to gain some perspective because he was just a mess, screwing around with a girl by the name of Julia Bandy, which is his brother's wife, and he admitted that to her. She came to me with all that.
He had to have been screwing around with Rose Bishop as well because she's in his life.
Yeah, he was screwing around with a lot of people.
Cares about what people think, so he's got this front
he really
on
cares
Facebook.
What people think, and ever since he went to this, Christian missionary place, everything that came out of his mouth in frontal was all about how good God was. In September, he was also calling and trying to, for lack of a better term, rustle some pussy off of a very good friend of mine who I've known forever. And she called me and said, she said, doesn't John Bandy live next door to you? I said, well, he did until he went into a treatment,
facility.
Well, some sort of Christian missionary, house where only men live. Just 3 days ago, he called my other friend trying to rustle up some poontang.
Oh.
And I'll just, So.
Then John Bandy.
Yeah.
So that's a little background on the on-again, off-again boyfriend. This is him here with his new wife. Yes, he did get married to her, Rose Bishop, and that happened very quickly. That happened about 5 or 6 weeks after Lauren went missing. I thought it would be great to get TCTF in here to collab on this because you are in the same country and you found out some information. Did you
I
want
sure
to?
did, and I'm actually trying to run another search here as we speak. So if you can give me just a second, I got to put my card information in. So it's making
Sure
me pay for the search, so
can.
just bear with me 1 second.
All right, let me know how much that costs, and I'll send it to you next week when I get paid.
Oh, girl, it's like $5. That is no big deal.
Oh, at least it's not 500.
Hopefully, I get some good information. Let's see.
While we're here,
I
guys,
just gotta go back.
if you want to go
I had
to
get my card.
if you want to go to patreon.com/Miss Murder AU, you can help us pay for crap like this. No, you guys
See,
can get.
That's people wonder.
You guys, yeah, it costs money. It does cost money, but there's some good merch on there. You do get something back in return for your pledge. So all the information's on the screen at the moment anyway. So while you're doing that, because I know it takes a little while to search, we do want to be careful, you know, and not put any information out there that hasn't been confirmed. So I've made sure that this has been confirmed by at least 2 or more people. And the only thing I couldn't access from Australia was this criminal record that I wanted to grab, because I knew there was one, but I didn't realise that it was so long. And this is public record, so we can talk about it. Kay, if you would prefer to email me the information and me to say it, that's fine. Or
that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
If you want to, because like I said, we don't want to do anything that could jeopardise, well, either channel, yours or mine. But considering that,
oh, for sure. Well, this is all public.
This
too,
is
so
this is public information. I'm not going to read anything or say anything that either wasn't, you know, was not confirmed, but or anything like that. Also, guys, if you live in Carthage, I know some people are watching who live in Penola County. If you want to call in, you can. I've just put the number up on the screen. I'll leave it there for a minute. So from the US, you can call toll free, and you just enter the personal ID meeting number in the bottom right of the screen. And
I'm almost done here. Give me just a second.
That's okay, Lisa. It gets worse. Just wait.
All right, now this is coming directly from the state of Texas, y'all. So I just want y'all to know this is from Texas Department of Public Safety. So give me 1 sec. I am on my last one.
Yep, no worries. Let me just see.
One of them is from an independent site I ran. The other ones are specifically from the Department of Safety, though. So, geez, one of them's 11 pages. Okay, yep. I'm going to email this to you right now.
All right. Now, while I'm waiting for that, I'll just give you guys the next part of the story.
January, he found out that she had slept with Chase in October or November. Do you know anything about that?
While they were still living here.
John and her were living there?
Chase. That would be while they were living here. Oh, actually, he left in October and went to go stay in men's shelter.
John
just
did?
Up and left. He quit his job and left her. Yeah, John Bandy did.
Yeah.
It was first or second week of October. He just up and left. So if that happened, he was nowhere around. She was trying to help him and trying to work through things. And she did mention to me that there was a guy that was being really nice to, but she never said anything to me about sleeping with him. And she very well may have. But I don't know that. If Chase, you know, she didn't say to me about it. If it had.
January, he found out that she.
That was confirmed by Chase.
Do you know if her and John slept together when he moved out in October to January?
Yes. There was a couple of times that he came to her while she was still in the house. And whenever he was like, I'm going to make things better. Sleeping together.
Do you?
And this is what happened next. So Lauren went missing on the 10th of January. The night before, on the 9th of January, is when John found out that she had slept with Chase. So the timing on that is quite coincidental.
John wanted to meet up with Chase.
I don't know about
in
you, but I don't
Dallas.
really believe
That
it
bit I'm
sometimes.
not exactly sure, but wanted to meet up with him and felt like it was like kind of luring him. But he was out of town for work and he didn't meet up with John that night. So we're thinking maybe something could have happened to him, because when you're looking at motive and things like that, not only is John, as you say, violent, and you've witnessed firsthand these bruises on her body.
Oh, yeah.
The fact that the night before she goes
He found that
missing,
information out.
he found out that she'd slept with Chase in October or November. So obviously October they were still together. And he kind of sounds like the guy that even if they weren't together, he'd be pissed as well.
Oh, yeah. He was definitely the type that will, even if she's not mine, she's mine.
John.
So, we've come, now we're up to the night before she disappeared. Let me just bring up this email. Thank you for sending this through, lovely.
You're welcome.
What do we got? What do we got?
There's some good stuff in there, girl.
Oh gosh, see, I haven't seen this. So you guys are seeing this same time as Miss Murder.
Hey, don't give out that email that's up there, but the username email, please don't give that out.
No, I'm on the I am on the left-hand screen, which is private. I'm just trying to.
Cool.
It's just, where is
It's
this?
once you edit these, I mean, I don't care, like, to help you edit these, or if you edit these, then we can put them up, but I don't want some of this stuff on here we need to make sure we leave out.
I'm just trying to work out where it's opening.
Like his address and stuff like that.
Oh, okay, that was opening the photo. Alright. That's alright. I'm on the center screen at the moment, so. Okay.
The big one is the Texas search. That one's the big one. That one's confirmed from the Texas Department of Public Safety, and those are his charges just from Texas.
Oh, we've got a few pages here. Rightio.
There's also 11 pages from Texas.
There's a lot of personal information on here, guys, so I'm not going to put it up. But one of my sources was pretty close. He's 47. He was telling people he was 10 years younger. But he's not.
I hear a woman doing that, but...
Yeah, I know. Alright, what do we got here? Relatives, AKAs, current address, emails, phone numbers, yeah. So I'm going to have to keep that
I'm working to confirm the charges that are outside of the state, so that's what I'm doing right now, but everything from Texas is confirmed there. It runs back to the 90s or something.
Oh, okay. This is a really, really long criminal record, guys.
Yeah, it runs from 92 to 2012. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 charges just in Texas.
And didn't you say that there were some in Louisiana as well and someplace else?
Alaska, yes. So I'm working on those right now.
That's right.
Making sure that I'm taking some notes and looking those up as we speak.
I do know that, he did live in Alaska for a time. So...
yeah, he lived in Anchorage.
He did, yeah. Now, this is the first time, too, if you just bear with me, guys, that I've seen a document like this. So, trying to...
It's a little different, yeah.
Yep. So, in 1998, we've got grand larceny. I've got to do a lot of scrolling to get to these. Disposition guilty. Right. 1998, break and enter. Grand larceny, criminal mischief, second. Would that be a second misdemeanor?
Probably.
Traffic violations.
That one, like I said, that one's a little different.
Okay. pleaded no contest. It's going to take a little while. What I find, actually, my husband gets annoyed with this, but I print everything out. I just find it, is anyone old school like me? We just find a hard copy in front of you is so much easier. I think I'm going to have to do that with this because there are pages.
If you want,
pages.
I can just run them off real quick. I can run it off real quick in Texas. I've got the Alaska one up too.
No, this is...
You tell me. I don't mind. I'm more familiar with looking at this stuff, or at least a little bit more familiar, so you tell me.
It's up to you, honey. I don't want to do anything that's going to jeopardize your channel.
Oh, no.
Even though you're on my channel.
Okay. We're okay.
But this is all public record,
No,
so
okay.
as long as we don't read anything out that's not... Yep, alright. So I've pretty much gone through MMA 2 PDF. Kitty!
Yeah, Magic is around. She's all over me right now. She's on my shoulder. She's trying to attack me.
Hey, puppy.
Okay, so I'll run down this for you real quick because I think I can just jot through it real quick. So
thank you. Sorry, guys.
No problem. So on July 4th of 92, he was arrested in Nacogdoches for marijuana possession. He was convicted. It doesn't really give a whole lot. It says that he was, the court provision was fine and cost, and it was disposed on 10/5 of 92. On 7/13 of 2003, it appears to be arrested by the Garland PD. This is all in Texas, you guys. And it was a felony of the 3rd degree. He was arrested for assaulting a public servant. Let's see here. There is more detail on this. I just have to go down and see okay, so he was guilty on that. That was, the court disposition date was July 21st of 2006. So it took 3 years almost exactly. But he was guilty of that as well. So it's not the first time that he would have been maybe accused or looked into for some sort of assault. And this was assault on a public servant. So that could be a number of different people. Sorry, my cat's like attacking things here. He was also arrested on 2 charges back on June 12th of 2006. So before he even had this stuff settled, before the last charge, he was also charged by the Lumberton Police Department, again in Texas. He was charged with theft of property that was greater than $1,500 but less than $20,000. It was a state jail felony.
So was it
FS?
Was it likely that he was on probation from the old charge when he did this?
I don't think so because it wasn't completed. Like he didn't plead guilty or he wasn't convicted of being, I don't think he pled guilty. I think he was convicted of being guilty until July 21st of 2006. So this case was still open while he was convicted of another charge. So basically it doesn't look good for him, but I doubt he was in jail that long. And, you can only be held for so long on things, but he probably had some sort of attorney or public defender, or it could have been the plaintiff's side. He could have waived his right to a speedy trial because they were trying to get additional evidence or trying to look through the evidence or, trying to get out of it.
And they wanted a continuance. Okay.
Yeah. So it could have been a number of things. And while that was still ongoing, he was arrested on 2 different charges by Lumberton. That was the felony for, so something between $1,500 and $20,000.
Oh, and that's a felony. Okay.
Yeah. And then he was also, let's see, the prosecution detail, it was burglary of a building.
Yep.
And he was convicted and he was guilty. That was as of December 7th of 2009. Mm-hmm. And the same arrest date of June 12th of 2006, he was also convicted, it appears, of another burglary of a building or something. He was charged with 2 different things that appears burglary of a building, unless I'm reading that wrong. But he was guilty on both of them that I'm seeing, and they were both felonies. He was sentenced to 1 year court confinement, it says. I don't know what the heck that means. He had 637 days credited to him. So the sentences that he received, since he was charged with two things, they were concurrent. So whatever he was charged with, he was able to serve both of those at the same time. So like if he was charged with 1 year for one and 1 year for the other, he's able to serve those at the same time and really only serve 1 year most of the time. That's how that works. But it says he was credited 637 days, but he was confined for 1 year. So I don't know. I need to look into that and see if there's any more information on that.
Yeah, no,
okay, so then
you're doing really well translating at the moment. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Well, no problem. He was also charged with almost the exact same thing again on July 24th of 2011 in Panola County, which is Carthage. Like you've been working with that, so you know that.
Yes, that's where Lauren's from.
Sorry, I got to take a drink here.
Moved to.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
So he was charged with the same thing, theft of property that was greater than $1,500 but less than $20,000. And it was, again, July 24th of 2011. He was convicted, guilty. It appears he was sentenced to 2 years, and he also got probation of 3 years.
Right.
And he was sentenced to court costs. Oh, he was sentenced to court costs on the other one as well. He was also, it appears, to be charged with, it says it was one charge, but there was two different court statuses. There's court status A that says he was confined for 2 years, and then he also had probation for 3 years. And then there's another one that says court status B for the exact same thing. But it says that the status changed on 2/20 of 2013, and he was confined to 18 months. So I don't know if that was lessened by 6 months. I don't know if, like, maybe he was put out on, good behavior or whatever.
Yep.
Right after that, though, let's see, that was 7/24 of 11. On 8/30 of 11, he was charged in Panola County for burglary of habitation. It was a felony of the second degree. He was charged, let's see.
What's that one?
Yeah, I don't know. It says, it doesn't tell me the cost, like what the property was.
Okay.
Like the other one said it was between $1,500 and $20,000, but this one doesn't say that. It just says burglary of habitation, so it could be anything that would be habitated.
Like, yeah, right, okay. Not an empty.
Yeah. So but it's weird that they classified it. It's the same county, and it's just a month later, and they classified it so differently. So I don't know. I'm going to look into these a little further too to see. But he was convicted. It says he was guilty. He was served this time 6 years.
Whoa.
It says it was amended. It looks like, or there was a court status B, whatever. They have court status A and court status B, and court status B changes it to 2 years. But the court costs are still October of 2012, October 4th to be specific. He was arrested again in Panola County for driving while intoxicated.
Right.
So it appears that they keep letting him out early, and he keeps getting in trouble. He was guilty. He was sentenced to 34 days in court costs. And then November 27th of 2012, he was charged again in Panola County for burglary of a building.
Yep.
It was a state felony. He was sentenced to 2 years on January 30th of 2013. It appears he was guilty. On November 27th of 2012, so the same thing, there was another charge. He was charged for, again, burglary of a building. It was a felony. He was sentenced to 2 years and court costs. And then there's a bunch of lovely mug shots over the years.
Yes, I'm going to grab those.
That's from Texas, you guys.
Yeah, guys, there's still more criminal history from Tennessee and Alaska.
I just pulled up Alaska. I'm looking at Virginia next, so that'll be.
Oh, and Virginia as well. He's been everywhere, man. He's been everywhere.
And that's the truth.
I wonder if his wife knows about this.
Who knows, man? He's been everywhere. This is crazy.
Seriously, I think sometimes you don't know who you're marrying.
Yeah.
You think you do.
That's like it's like the show. What is it called? Like, Who the Bleep Did I Marry or whatever?
Yeah, that's right. So, we're by no means saying that that John did anything per se. We are just stating that. Well, I am stating that John and Chase don't run in the same circles. So why was John texting him the night before when he found out that Chase and Lauren had been having sex whilst John and Lauren were together? You know, the timing just seems odd, and I do want, and particularly with Sheriff Lake saying that doesn't seem to be any foul play. That was in one of the articles, updated articles that came out last week. I don't know how they can say that, especially, you know, when they find one of her shoes in the wooded area. When something like this happens the night before she goes missing and things like that, I think that this guy needs to be pulled back in at the very least and re-interviewed. And I think that the alibi, whatever it is, needs to be looked at as well.
Hey, can I give my 2 cents on something?
Sure can.
So, one, absolutely. So, like, most of the time when somebody is being investigated in a crime, well, there's a few things I want to talk about. One, when someone's being investigated in a crime, they are going to look up someone's criminal history, because if somebody is has a really long criminal history like this guy, they're more likely to commit another crime. They've been in and out of jail. They don't give a crap. It doesn't matter to them.
There are no rules.
So this guy, they're going to look at that.
There are no rules.
He probably runs that stuff around there.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. People don't care. And so they're going to look at that, and they're going to take if this guy, you know, was involved with Lauren and he didn't have any criminal history, usually they're going to look at him a little less, because someone who is older, like he's, you know, in his 40s, like if they have never committed a crime before, like having a traffic infraction is a little bit different. So maybe he was charged with driving while intoxicated, whatever.
I'm not worried about DUIs and things like that. No.
Right. Yeah. Like, so, and they wouldn't necessarily be either. They're looking at these assault with a deadly weapon. They're looking at these, you know, things that he has been charged with. Burglary. He's burglarized multiple different properties. It almost seems to me like he feels like he gets off on this adrenaline rush or something. Like, that's how I'm kind of looking at him. They're going to profile him, and they're also going to try and look at these things in different states, just like I'm trying to do as well.
Well, if I had
another thing.
Sorry, go ahead.
Okay. No, absolutely no.
No, I was
on the same topic.
Yeah, well, I was just going to say, like, to me, he comes across as entitled.
Yeah, a lot of people do. They think they can get away with anything, but his history has proven he can't.
No. And are we talking about? We're not just talking about burglaries here, are we? Are we talking about assaults?
Yeah, he's done. So another thing that I'm looking into, you guys, is assault with a deadly weapon that happens. That actually hasn't specifically come up where I was able to see that, but it could be coming up in a different report. It could also be stated differently, but this guy, like, there was actually a...
It could also be the other guy.
Yeah, so...
So I'm not sure on that about whose charge that was, but there was assault with a deadly weapon, 3 years. Yeah.
He was charged with it for sure. It even shows his address and his age at the time that he was... This is a news article from the Lufkin Daily News on December 17th of 2004, and it says that he would have been 32 at the time. It gives his address in Garland. It's one of the ones on the report that I gave you. And it says that it was aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
Right.
So that is him.
Mm-hmm.
So that's, it could just be in a different database, or I want to look back. That was the charge in 2004. Maybe I did read it and I just missed it. Let me see. Did he have anything in 2004? I'm going back real quick here. No, it says 2003 and 2006. So this was missed. So again, this isn't even complete, and this was from the Texas Department of Public Safety. Mm-hmm. So there could be a number of different reasons. So I'll look into that a little bit and see what I can find. But That's what I put up on him. Another thing I wanted to comment on is the fact that even though the cops say that it's nothing suspicious, sometimes they're allowed to lie, and they could honestly want John Bandy to think that, or anyone that they find may be suspect. To me, I have questions right now about this guy, but this is just me in my opinion, and things that, you've given to me and things I've researched, and they're allowed to lie. There's been numerous cases where they say, we have no leads, we are at a dead end, we know nothing. Like Savannah Spurlock, they say that the case is still continuing, but they don't have anything yet. I just heard that they searched the same house for the third time yesterday. They're not just going to continue to do that for no reason. So they have a lot of things that they could be holding in and being tight-lipped about. And honestly, in this case, one, they may not want John Bandy to leave. They, two, might not want him to act and hurt anybody else because he has nothing to lose. Honestly, if he did something to Lauren at this point, he likely has nothing to lose because he knows what he's facing. Even if it's a simple kidnapping charge, and I say simple as in compared to murder or something like that, it's still like that's a lot of time that he could be facing, especially with his criminal record. So they could just be baiting him to keep him to stay. You know what I mean? So even though they say that, it's very likely that they could be looking at it in a different angle. So I just wanted to point that out. And another thing that you would touch base on when I was kind of letting my dogs out. So there was an article that I sent Miss Murder a couple hours ago, or maybe it was about an hour ago. It was that news article that you were reading. And it said that there was a guy. So when she was running through the woods and she called 911, they were saying that she sounded like she was maybe on something or hallucinating or delusional. They also, the guy who apparently she was fishing with, they were in a car together and they stopped on the side of the road for some reason. I'm kind of confused about that. Yeah. But this guy said to Lauren, I'm going to go take care of something. It kind of sounded like it's a car, and he was going to walk away. And next thing he knows, Lauren is running away from the car, and that is apparently when 911 is called. Who is this guy? And he is my first suspect. I don't give a shit who he is, pardon my French, but for real, I need to know who this guy is, and that's a guy that I would want to look into. And I honestly think that that guy might be this John Bandy guy. I'm thinking, but I want to confirm that. So if anybody knows anything about that, I would love to know. Please. But this is something that, this is something that you didn't even know that I feel like now is maybe coming to light for whatever reason. And the police could just be putting out tidbits of information here and there, trying to bait people to come forward or trying to bait someone to tell on themselves, or they may even start to act like they know something, and they are usually trying to get someone to act and either move a body, move evidence, act irrationally in one way, shape, or form. And they're watching them. They're watching any suspect that they have in mind. So I'm hoping that this is going to jog up some stuff, because I've seen some articles in the last few days, and I'd be shitting my pants if I was one of these guys, for sure.
Yeah, and I think you guys can see now that we have this information that why I'm concerned, and why I want us to get answers as to what is happening in regards to what has happened. They're not going to give us that information. No, and I agree with you, TCTF, that they're not going to give that out. I understand why, but this is a mother. She has two girls and a boy that are waiting for her to come home, and if someone has done something to her, then they need to be brought to justice. I think, UK, you and I have a little bit of work to do. We might need to look at the father of one of her children, Chase. We might just have a look at his record too. And I can get that information to you. The other thing is too that apparently she was sighted at a Family Dollar store, the one in Bexville, not the one in Carthage, which is pretty much halfway between Carthage and where her car was located. So about 10,
Okay.
10:30 that morning, she was caught on CCTV there. Now, I don't know if we can get that information. I do know that the 911 call is still sealed by the Sheriff's Department. I did ring Penola County Sheriff's Department this morning, and I was told that Sheriff Lake had left 6 minutes prior to my call, and also the lead detective on the case was out of the office. She was out of the office. They said to ring back after 1 o'clock, which is 4 a.m. here. I don't know if I'll be awake, but we're gonna
Probably.
have to wind this down now. Thank you for your
Yeah, absolutely.
your help, but I think we've got some follow up here to do, and obviously some editing of these documents so that we can show you guys. You know, I can show you these mugshots and that because they're all I'm not going to put up any, you know, personal information or anything like that, even though they are public records. But I think we have a little bit of work to do, and I think we need to do maybe a follow up when we can. Hopefully,
I think we're going to need to keep this a series until she's found, because
yes,
you are the
need
first
to.
person I have found that you've got sources, you have audio, you've talked to these people, you've done everything except for physically be there to find her. And
and if I could, I would.
Yeah, absolutely. So we need to follow up, even if it takes 2 years, girl. We need to keep up on this because
I'm not giving up on it. And
she has children.
Yeah. There are some people in Carthage who don't really like me, and you know what, to them I say I don't really give a shit.
You're in Australia. What are they going to do?
it doesn't even matter anyway. I'm coming over in October, so watch out. No, I'm not going to Penola County. Bugger that. Anyway, guys, thanks for coming in. It's 3 in the morning. I think I've got to go to bed soon. I haven't eaten yet, so I've got to fix myself something to
goodness,
eat.
Girl. Get some food and get some sleep, and I'm going to continue to look into this as I can. I have a sick little one, but when I get the time, I'm going to see what I can do and see what we can find out.
Yeah, so Alison Franks, hi. She was just asking where at in Tennessee. Don't know yet. Got to do some more digging.
I have right in front of me, I have Texas, I have Virginia, I have Alaska, and let me see what else here. Hold on.
I think we need to build a timeline on this guy and work out where he was and when he was in jail and when he was out and what he was doing, and because yeah. Okay, guys, so I guess we'll
thanks, Carol.
Try and yes, thank you, Carol. Thanks, guys, for coming in. Knee Bear, sorry, and Alison, anyone who's popped in, we've been so busy looking at these documents, you know, and it's a surprise to me too, because this is not anything that I was able to access from Australia. But I'm going to continue. I'm going to ring Penola County PD back, see if we can get any
police department.
All right, hang on. Just want to repeat that. OBS Studio just disconnected for a second time and reconnected. That's why it was buffering before.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry. Do you want to repeat what you just said? Yeah, repeat.
And any leads. I mean, if you guys don't feel comfortable taking them to the local police department, I know Miss Murder and myself give us, definitely get in contact with us, and we can relay that information anonymously. So just give us what you got, and we'll continue to follow up on this for sure. This is your fault. You've got me invested in this now.
Yeah. I can't let it go. I really can't let it go.
No.
So the Penola County Sheriff's Office number is 903-693-0333. 903-693-0333. And I'm going to call them and try and get Sheriff Lake or the lead detective on this case, if I can, before close of business. Thanks for coming in, guys. We will be back soon once we get some more of this information together.